Hello and welcome to another video in our series on how to play Gods of Olympus. In this video we're going to be talking all about the buildings, so let's get started. Now in contrast to Gods, which are used for your offense, the city is your defense and requires stone. Stone is exclusively used in city building, city upgrading, and exploring the map, and the main way you get stone is by attacking other players' towns. With stone in hand, we'll start talking about what you can do with it, starting with bonus buildings. There are a couple buildings that provide bonuses, or buffs to your city, as well as your troops. This can be in the way of improving the strength, improving the health, increasing attack range, or even heals over time. The first bonus buildings I'll talk about are the temples. The temples provide a map-wide defensive bonus to all of your buildings, troops, or sometimes both. For instance, Athena's temple provides a health bonus to the buildings and the troops on the map. Other buildings that provide bonuses are houses. And the important thing to remember about houses is a house only buffs buildings that are placed adjacent to them. In other words, if the house isn't sitting directly next to a building, it won't receive a bonus. Another cool thing about houses is you can place as many as you can fit around a building and continue to stack the bonuses. As an example, take a look at this standard flame tower. And now, look at the flame tower surrounded by Artemis houses. Look at the range on that beast. Whew. Now let's talk about the defensive buildings. These buildings will physically damage and potentially kill anything that attacks your town. First, there's the Academy that'll produce hoplites or spearmen. You can get archers from your archery. There's also a variety of towers to pick from, each with their defensive specialty. You've got the Flame Tower, which has high damage, short range. Ballista Towers, which have a very high damage, long range, but a low attack speed. Archery Tower, which have a medium damage, but also multi-target. And Archimedes Towers. These have a very long range, but only do low damage. Finally, there are the monuments. Monuments are high-level buildings that defend your city using godlike powers. For instance, the Athena monument can summon hoplites, like Athena herself. Another example is the Artemis monument, which can fire multiple fireballs, similar to the Artemis spread shot power. Each monument will greatly increase your city's defenses, but monuments are not built in the traditional manner, through the build menu. Monuments are actually rebuilt once you've found the monument's ruins through map exploration. In Gods of Olympus, when gods attack your city and take any amount of damage, they will leave behind treasure, or gold, for you to collect after the battle's done. So strive to build the most powerful defensive cities possible to make yourself lots of money. When constructing your city, it's important to keep the temples well protected. After all, they are the heart of your city, and once all of them have been destroyed, the battle is lost, giving all the possible resources to your attacker. Now, you won't lose any of your personal resources from the defeat, but, as mentioned in the last point, you will miss out on making gold by beating on or killing the attacking gods. Also regarding temple destruction, if a temple is destroyed, all the city's matching houses will be destroyed as well. This is a good reason not to completely align your city's houses to one god, because killing the god's temple will lose you all of those house bonuses. You are free to build as many buildings as you can afford, but don't forget that sometimes the stone is better spent by upgrading the building's stats. Trust me, upgrading the building's health is way better than seeing a god one-shot them. There's a lot of freedom and control when building your city, but if you feel you've gone down the wrong path, you can always sell your buildings and try something new, a new defensive strategy. That's our overview of Gods of Olympus buildings. In this video we discussed stone as your primary resource for city building. We then reviewed the building types, which are the bonus buildings and defensive buildings, And finally, we listed some important defensive strategies when it comes to building your own city. Again, we hope this was informative. Don't forget to watch the other videos in this series on how to play Gods of Olympus. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future content.